Okay, folks, we're going to get extra creative with this one. We've used this. We found this on the on a pedestrian bridge, and it was all smashed up with another one. And I thought I'd souvenir it. It comes from my youthful days, before DVDs became popular. So let's see how we can make this one turn out. Actually, I wonder. We're taking out the black for this one. Okay, let's see what this is. It is a VHS cassette reel. Somehow they smashed open the cassette, and these were out of the cassette, and we're photocopying this as a background. This aluminium foil on the dull side. I had a gut feeling that maybe that would work better on the dull side. I'm going to make this look really interesting, this piece of loose tape that's come out of this VHS reel. Someone's obviously really angry and decided to smash it open. Don't ask me why, but you know, they just did, because they did, or they could. So I'm just making this into something really creative. I think we can enlarge it. And we're just going to use that as a backdrop. But yeah, I remember my first VHS that I had. My parents were we were not brought up very early with VHS, because obviously it was too expensive, and my dad was a real thrift, and he didn't want to spend money. But one day my mum came home and she bought one. And yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting actually. But yeah, my mum surprised me, and she bought a VHS player and recorder. It was called a VTR, and it was made by Sharp. And yeah, my mum obviously wanted one, and Dad didn't want one, obviously. But Mum decided to spend some money on the family. Dad wasn't impressed. He wasn't impressed that Mum bought the thing. That was back in 1986. But it never worked very well. It was top of the range apparently, but it was really a problematic, extremely unreliable. And that's come up looking quite interesting. Not quite what I'm after. Trying to work out how to make this work. But yeah, my mum bought it, and she obviously was a bit fed up with Dad being a bit of a cheapskate. But my dad's always been an asshole in more ways than one. I mean, the thing is with my dad is that he used to spend lots of money on his hair care. Like, he was always worried about going bald, and he had a bit of male pattern baldness, and he was a bit worried about it. So he spent a lot of money on stuff like Ashley and Martin shit. My dad's an asshole, folks. You probably gathered that. He's a fucking dick. He's a slut. I hate my father. He used to only spend money on the kids when it was around, when it was Christmas or birthday, but he never really liked spending much money else other times. So yeah. But it was really nice because I really wanted a VCR or Sharp called, there's a VTR, video tape recorder. It's come out interesting. This interesting slash mark there. I wonder how that happened. But yeah, my dad just didn't approve of having a VCR, or the Sharp version being called a VTR. And basically, yeah, he just didn't approve of it. But what can I say? It was really nice that Mum decided to break Dad's ruling and buy it, you know. And how much money has my dad spent on his hair care, having his hair, these hair care products are guaranteed, you could say, not to work. They don't normally work. So he ended up getting surgery, the vain bastard. He ended up getting surgery, but he used to have all these coloured shampoos sitting on the shower, on top of the shower. There was several different colours, and Dad just used to use Ashley and Martin. Now that's come up really interesting, really bold, black and white with a bit of colour. That's unexpected. I do wonder how we're going to present this one. But yeah, Dad was a real cheapskate. He just used to care about his stupid hair and all that. So, what can I say? He's an asshole. He's a bully and a tease as well. He's not a nice person. I don't like my father. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like him as a person. He's just a dickhead, an asshole, fuckwit. He doesn't know anything. Thinks he does. I used to look up to my father. Fuck you, Graham Huddy. Fuck you. You're not my dad. You're a teaser and a bully. You're not my dad. Go fuck yourself. So yeah, and when I was homeless, he didn't want to put me up. He did keep me for a while, but then he ended up throwing me out, which was really horrible. But he was a mean and horrible person. He used to work me up into a rage, trying to get me out of the place. But, you know, I've now got my own place. At least I'm not homeless anymore. Even though I want to get married to Luigi and put my past behind me and prove my dad wrong, I'm trying to get this stuff to go on the 6 o'clock news. So I'm trying to get this stuff to go to Channel 9. So I can get recognised as an artist and not not my disabilities. And that's so I can get in touch with my partner Luigi, who I really miss. And he's the one I really want. And yeah. And one of the funny thing was when I was wanting to celebrate the video player recorder being given to put, whatever folks, stuff it. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. But anyway, enough of that. Let's come up looking at treat. Yeah, that's come up looking nice, actually. Yeah. I do wonder if there's any other versions of this that I could do. I can see something I can put towards. So we're just going to switcheroo, do one of these things I call simply a switcheroo. But I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news with my material so I can find where my partner Luigi is and get myself off Centrelink and become self-sufficient and not be a taxpayer's burden anymore, that I can be rich and help others with the money, give to charity, give to the less fortunate, help others, whatever, folks. And that's come up looking really nice as well. I think the first version was better, but that's come up looking good. I think we can now call this demo quits.